Hello, this is RV Vagabond Jerry, and in this video I want to talk about casinos in Texas and specifically what their RV parking facilities are. Now, Texas is not known for their casinos. In fact, I would bet that most people think there are no casinos in Texas. Well, there actually are 3 or 4 casinos in Texas. I say 3 or 4 because one of them is just 1/2 mile outside of the Texas border into New Mexico. Now, it's pretty well known in the RV community that just about all casinos will allow RVers to stay overnight in their parking lot. And that's true with the Texas casinos as well, but some of them have some extra nice facilities I want to tell you about. And I'm going to start off with the one in New Mexico, which is actually on the west side of El Paso. Like I said, just 1/2 mile outside of the Texas border. And it is called the Sunland Park Casino. Right off of Interstate 10, there will be a Sunland Park exit to get to the casino. And this is a pretty, well, let's say a medium-sized casino. And it does have 2 restaurants, which has buffets on certain days, I think just on weekends. I've eaten there at their main cafe, which is pretty good. And even though I am no longer a gambler, I used to be many years ago. I have a long history in gambling at casinos, but I did at one point give it up. So when I go to these casinos, I don't gamble. But I do always buy meals in the restaurants, at least one a day while I'm there. Now, the Sunland Park Casino actually has some RV spaces with hookups in their parking lot. They have a 20, 30, 50 amp electric box and a water hookup right beside where you park your RV. And on the other side of the parking lot, there is a dump station that you can also use. They charge $15 a day to RV camp there. And I don't know if they have a maximum number of days that you can stay. I've been there 3 times, and I've never stayed more than, I think, 4 days. So if you're going through El Paso, that is an excellent place to spend a night or 2 or 3. Now, the second casino I want to tell you about is actually in the city of El Paso. But this one is way on the east side of El Paso, or you might call it the south side of El Paso, southeast. And it is called the Speaking Rock Entertainment Center. And like the 3 casinos in Texas, they have had a long history of legal battles with the state of Texas, because all 3 of these casinos are run by Indian tribes, and they claim that casinos are legal anywhere in Texas according to the agreement that the Indian tribes have with the federal government. The Texas state government says, we don't care what the federal says, we can outlaw casinos in our state. So there's been back and forth legal battles as to the legality of the casinos, but the 3 casinos that there have been and still are have finally won these battles. And the deal that Speaking Rock finally got is that they're allowed to operate their casino with numerous slot machines that they have. However, they're not allowed to use the word casino anywhere. On their signs, on their advertising, they cannot call themselves legally a casino. Even though when you go into the casino, it looks like an average casino in Las Vegas. And it's a pretty good-sized casino as well. Now, for RV parking, there are some parking lots around the casino, and then about 1 block away from the casino, they have another parking lot, a large parking lot where they do allow RVs to park overnight. Now, I was told that you're only allowed to park there for one night. But I was told also that if you want another night, you can go in and tell the security that you want to stay another night. So you do that one night at a time. Now, the interesting thing there is that all around this parking lot on the perimeter is a brick wall that is around two sides of it. But all three sides of this parking lot has electric outlets all the way around it. Many electric outlets all the way around the parking lot on those sides of the lot. But I was specifically told that RVs are not allowed to use those electric outlets. And they do have security that drives around all the time to see what's going on in the parking lots. So all you can do there is boondock, or actually it's lot docking. Now when I went there, I was camped out at the Sunland Park casino. So I just went there to see what Spooky Rock was like. So with just being allowed to lot dock with no hookups in their parking lot, I wasn't interested in that when I had this really good deal at the Sunland Park. But if you're going through El Paso and you don't want hookups, that would be okay to stay a night. But also at the Sunland Park, you can stay in their parking lot without hookups for free as well at both casinos. And the next one I want to tell you about is called the Kickapoo Lucky Eagle Casino, which is just a few miles south of the town of Eagle Pass, Texas, which is right on the Mexico border. And this is by far my favorite of the four. In their parking lot, on the far end of the parking lot, they have built an actual, real, genuine RV park with nice landscaping. So it's not just parking lot parking. Nicely landscaped and laid out. They have 20 spaces, all with full hookup. It costs $16.25 a night to stay there, which is an excellent deal. I've stayed there 3 times myself. And the really interesting thing, they have a unique way of paying your $16.25 a night. I'm not sure if it's unique, but I have not seen another one like this anywhere. In their RV park, there is a box, or you might call it a station, where there is a 10 key pad and you put in your space number and you put in how many days you want to stay. You put in your credit card into the machine and it charges you the daily rate. And you're allowed to stay there as long as 14 days. Now when you register with your credit card, it'll only do 7 days, but you are allowed to come back after the 7 days and do another 7 days. So it's a really nice RV park that is just a short walk from there to the casino. But the best thing about this casino is that it's a huge casino, the largest one of all of these 4 locations. And they actually have in that one building 8 restaurants or eating places. And when I'm there, I go out to lunch every day and sometimes for dinner as well. They're not so good for breakfast. But you can stay there for a week and never eat at the same restaurant twice. And one of those restaurants is an IHOP that is inside the building. Now, IHOP is good for breakfast, a little expensive though, but it's a nice place. They have a food court with 4 different restaurants. So the 2 best things about the Kickapoo Casino is the many choices of eating places, all completely different styles in the 8 restaurants, and the very, very nice RV park that they have. Now the 4th casino is in East Texas 16 miles east of the town of Livingston, which is about an hour and a half drive northeast of Houston. It's called Naskeela Gaming. And this one also is not allowed to use the word casino. But interesting enough, the Kickapoo Casino is allowed to use the word casino. It's right on the building, the Kickapoo Lucky Eagle Casino. But these other two casinos are not allowed to use the word casino anywhere. That's the deal that they have, and they have been back and forth, being closed for long periods of time, and then they win in court and they open up again. So with this casino, they do allow you to park overnight in their parking lot with no hookups, which I did for one night, which is okay. They do have two restaurants in the casino, and one's a restaurant and one's a snack bar, but they have a good selection of food, so that's what I partook in. The interesting thing about this casino is that they also have their own RV park. However, it's a half a mile down the road from the casino. It's not part of the casino, but it is operated by the Indian tribe that owns all of the land in the area there. They have full hookup RV spaces. It's a very nice campground right on the shores of a lake there. So it's a very nice atmosphere. The only thing I don't like about this campground is that it is $40, $45 a night. That is above the price I like to pay. I'm okay with $30. You get above 30 and I start to balk. I'm not going to say it's not worth $45, but for me, it's a bit much. And it's a half a mile walk to the casino. So that's okay, but I say it's not an ideal situation. Now, one thing about all of these four locations is they do have their own players cards, like pretty much all casinos do. However, you don't need to have a player's card to park your RV anywhere around there, and there's no discounts at the restaurants or anything like that for players cards as far as I know, so you don't need to get those, which a lot of casinos, I would say most of them outside of Texas, do want you to have players cards, which does get you some discounts usually, but it's a little bit of an annoyance. Now, in the description box below this video, I'm going to put links to the 4 videos that I made, one at each one of these locations. So you can watch those if you're interested in them and see what they look like, see more details about what's there. So if you're going to be in the area of one of these 4 places, 2 in El Paso, 1 in the southwest side of Texas, and then 1 in the east side of Texas. If you're going to be in those areas, then look at the description box below, click on that video, and you can see a lot more information about it. This video is just to be an overall summary of the 4 locations. Although it's really pretty much just 3 places: El Paso, Eagle Pass, and Livingston. So, I hope this video has helped you somehow in your travels when you're looking for places to stay. Casinos are always a good option wherever you are in the country. I'm not sure how many, but I would say most states do have casinos, and they pretty much all allow you to at least overnight park in their parking lot. If they don't have other RV park and hookup facilities, you can at least put them out. If there's any other casinos around the country you'd like to recommend, put them in the comments below. That will help other viewers, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Good day, folks.